So the next question is like, what is the purpose of Tritype? Because some people have questioned it and they feel like it's distracting. Well, what I would say is if people don't want to do the work, they might just say, well, that's this part of my defense strategy or my Tritype, this type. Yeah, but people will do that with any system. Having said that, if you don't have the opportunity to go deeper and identify the 3 types in your Tritype, how you use your head center, how you use your heart center, and how you use your gut center, you're also missing out on the defense strategies you use, on the holy ideas, the holy virtues and holy actions, or the divine qualities of the types. So the elevated way, you're missing out on the more primitive expressions of the 3 types. Yes, your core type remains the same, but if you lead with your gut, you're going to be a gut type, but you still have a head type and a heart type. And it's unbelievably helpful to do deeper work. So sometimes when people say, oh, it's shallow, it's actually just the opposite. And the other misconception is people think that it's really hard to learn. Oh, if there's 3, then how do you do it? It's easier. The brain does not want to work with one answer to 9 variables. It's much easier for the brain to group things in 3s and make a decision. And then once you get to what someone identifies with, their potential Tritype, then you can see if they have the defense strategy and the idealized image and the core fears that go with that. If I just try to have people choose a type, they don't want to claim one. People will be resistant, and we lose the people that say, oh yeah, I heard about the Enneagram. Yeah, that's just too complicated. It's really not if it's broken down into parts. And then you confirm it. Is there anything you would add to that in terms of the purpose, Spencer? I mean, there's a lot of ways it helps, but.
Okay. Well, honestly, I could go the whole rest of the time just on that alone. But if I were to keep it short, anything that I've really run into, I'll keep it in my profession, for example. We don't just give diagnoses, we give diagnoses with qualifiers. It makes it more specific. You don't just have like adjustment disorder. You have adjustment disorder with anxious presentation or depressive presentation or mixed presentation. It makes it more specific. Also, if you're just going off of one type, there's 9 options. There's so many people in this world that are like, how do you fit me in a box of 9? Well, if you go off of Tritype, there's 27, but then you also have to remember that you can show up in 6 different orientations of every single Tritype, which actually makes you 1 in 162. So now we're getting way more specific. Then you throw in your subtype stacking, which again, there's 6 different options. So let's do the math again, 972. So it just keeps going, not to mention you have a dominant wing, and then so that's multiplied by 2. So now we're in the, close to 2000 range. So it gets really, really specific. So to have me just go off of 8 would have been very inaccurate. The classic 8, the bull in the china shop, as they say, the you-know-what buster, as they say, I don't fully identify with that. The 6 makes me softer, and the 4 makes me much more desiring to emotionally express myself compared to maybe 8 with 3. So I wouldn't have identified nearly as much, nor would I understand myself nearly as much. As funny as it may sound, even when my wife and I are having anywhere from a medium to an intense discussion, maybe even a conflict, we will discuss our numbers as we're doing it to better understand what's happening. So it even simplifies communication if it's not used to harm each other. If I can be so frank, I've never understood how someone could say it actually makes it easier to just focus on 1 of 9, because it leaves out way too much information, in my opinion.
Yeah. And so once you have a way to confirm your Tritype, then it's like a magic key. It's like a triple key that creates a master key. Mm-hmm. And he's right. You factor in the instincts, and the instincts are the triggering element that is making this understandable. I know it seems overwhelming, but it doesn't seem overwhelming once you understand your own tritype. Then I will also add in MBTI, because that's the process that someone's going to use. The style, the approach to handling the trigger from the instinct that then is kind of notifying the tritype, and we're going to go about handling it according to that. And then the Myers-Briggs type is, how are you going to do it? Are you going to do it with details and absolute consecutive order to things? Do you need completion? And do you do it in an impersonal way without involving your emotions? That's more ISTJ. Now, are there particular groupings? Absolutely. This leads right into a lot of these questions, actually,